emotion from him after that World Cup win, the pressure that he soaked up for those 2 overs that he had to bowl in the last five, I think was a remarkable feat. And no wonder he's now top of the charts as far as the T20 all-rounder charts is concerned. The first time an Indian has managed that. So I think the Prime Minister would have had this great opportunity not just to congratulate the team, but also pick their brains as to what is their favorite memory and what is it that they remember the most, and how did they deal with that pressure. I do want to say, Griha, that this team has, of course, dealt with pressure before. In fact, it has grown up, or it has been through the crucible of very tough moments, also moments where you've ended up on the losing side. So if there was any team in world cricket that was prepared to go into such a live wire, right down to the last ball kind of a final, it is this Indian team. And you look at the experience in this team, they've been through all. So I think that made a huge difference. So how the team handled that pressure, how it stuck to its game, how it executed its plans, and the skill that it takes to execute your plans in those moments, I think that's going to be the lesson from this T20 World Cup.
Absolutely. And the man, just on the screen, the man who captained the side, Rohit Sharma, that, he must be a very, very content man at the moment. Also, meeting with the Prime Minister is another story, but winning that T20 World Cup is a different high.
Yeah, I think his face says it all. His reaction after the last ball said it all. Because so many of us, I remember being in Australia for the last T20 World Cup, and of course around the country for the ODI World Cup that happened last year in India. And everywhere he goes, he gets asked the same question. Rohit Sharma knows it's coming for him. When are you going to win the ICC trophy? And any ICC trophy that had been, not won for 10 years last year or 11 years this year. So a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of the long chunks of these senior players' careers have coincided with that drought, and they face that question, they face those criticisms and those doubts internally and externally, individually and collectively as a group for 10 plus years. So for Rohit Sharma as the captain, a lot of questions have been asked over his captaincy. There are periods where his batting comes into question. But he's had a good 1 year, I think. And he would be very satisfied with the role he has played for the team, plus the kind of captain he has emerged, because a lot of his teammates have gone through very tough periods. He and Rahul Dravid combined have stuck through those players. A lot was made out about he and Virat's rivalry, or for example, him and Hardik Pandya's rivalry because of the Mumbai Indians connection. But, he's shown that he is able to provide that dressing room atmosphere where all the senior players feel like they're part of the team and nobody is, above or below anyone else. Of course, the captain has a very first amongst equals kind of a role, but the role is at this level to make everybody feel comfortable. And if you heard the reactions that came in from the younger players in the side post that World Cup win a few days ago, everybody says, Rohit just allows you to do your thing. He just says, you do your thing, be yourself. Tumko jo karna hai, tum karo. There's a role defined for everybody, perform that role. And of course, the team backs you when you don't succeed for a while as well.
So when he made that announcement, Shivani, did it take any one of you who's been covering the sport for so many years by surprise?
No, Greha, it wasn't a surprise, really. In fact, Virat Kohli was the first one to do so in the post-match presentation itself. And even at that time, you knew that the next person could be Rohit Sharma. Because, both of them are in the 35, 36 years age bracket. And when else are you going to bid goodbye to one of the formats, if not after a World Cup high? And generally what happens is that cricketers tend to retire from the longer formats early because they want to extend their T20 career a little bit more, because that's the one your body can take the longest. In India's case, it is happening the opposite way, because these players have IPL duties to take care of. Right. And they're very significant for their respective IPL franchises. So we'll see them in the T20 format in the IPL. I'm not sure for how long though, but I think this was the right time for them to say goodbye. And the pressure that was building on them as well, because of the talent that was knocking on the door. So yes, the BCCI, Jay Shah, etc. stuck their neck out and said that no, Rohit will be the captain for the T20 World Cup, because already even a year ago, there were questions being asked if we need to overhaul this team after the loss in the last T20 World Cup. So the BCCI and the support staff and the selectors stuck with the team. You needed a balance of experience and young blood, and now it was the right time for them to make way for the younger talent for the next cycle as well, because you want the next captain and the next bunch of players to be able to form their own core and build up to the next World Cup cycle.
So Shivani, finally they have reached the Delhi International Airport. So I think in the next 2 hours they will be touching down in Mumbai, from where the victory lap really begins. So all eyes will now be on the financial capital of the country. I believe we have our colleague Yesha Kotak, who is standing by from the Mumbai airport. We will try and establish that connection with her. And of course, she will get busier the moment the players land in Mumbai. But right now, playing you these shots, these exclusive visuals from the Prime Minister's residence as the players met with the PM himself, interacted with all of them, and also had a beautiful photo opportunity with the T20 World Cup. So there you can see the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with the players, Surya Kumar Yadav, the shining star of the season, and of course, the man who captained the side, Rohit Sharma, very content, elated person, like Shivani also was mentioning. Rahul Dravid, of course, the Prime Minister did have some warm exchanges with all of these players, and we are still waiting for some audio to be released by the Prime Minister's office so that we know exactly what the conversations were all about. But right now, let's head to Mumbai and see what is it looking like over there. Yesha Kotak, my colleague, is live from the Wankhede Stadium, from where the players are going to be coming to, and the victory lap is going to be happening. Yesha, over to you. Just tell us, what is the excitement like over there?
Check. Absolutely. In fact, right here, I'm at Wankhede Stadium. I lost my VJMRS to show you visuals. The preparations in full swing. In fact, the victory lap that we speak of begins all the way from Nariman Point till end at Wankhede Stadium, where there will be a felicitation ceremony that will take place around 7 p.m. today. In fact, fans have started gathering right here at Wankhede Stadium. In fact, we'll try and speak to some of the fans right behind and understand what they have to say. In fact, some of these people who have gathered right here, they are fans who have gathered to cheer for Team India. Of course, Team India will reach here only at 5 p.m., but after which is where, in fact, we see where these fans will start gathering. In fact, Mumbai Police has issued strict instructions where further on in the day, from 5 o'clock onwards, the entire marine life has been asked, is in fact, all the fans have been asked to stay here from 6 o'clock onwards. We'll try and speak to one of the fan here in November. You said that you were present at Narendra Modi Stadium. Of course, we waited for 6 months to get the cup back home, but how does it feel like now?
It feels surreal. It feels so surreal. We still can't believe how we pulled that off. When the things were tight, when they needed 30 of 30, we had lost all hopes. I still don't know how I sat through the entire game for the last 5 overs. And it's an unreal feeling. You can't express this in words. I can't feel it. I've been crying for 2-3 days constantly, and that's why I've been here like since 12:30. I just want to see the team. I want to see them hold that trophy, and I want to shout and cheer for them.
You have the ticket from finals with you from November. What was the feeling then, and what does it feel now?
This is a ticket from the finals. I've kept it. Whoever knows me, my friends, family, they know I've kept it in my wallet ever since that day, and I couldn't remove it. I couldn't throw it. I couldn't move on from that because you just can't move on from such kind of losses. So, but today I finally can say like I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna keep it inside some drawer, stacked inside, and never look at it again.
Of course, it's like a 13-year route.
Yes.
11 years. So, what, would you be inside Wankhede? Would you be standing at Nariman Point and cheering for Team India? What's your plan like?
I want to do everything that I can do. I want to go inside. I want to stand outside. Even if it's rain, I'm going to be here. Even if it's 12 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to be here. These are the moments that you don't get to witness every day. We thought we'll
The